to the track. With all that news plus all the good oil on today's racing, here's Simon O'Donnell and Ken Callender.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Well, it's such a beautiful day here at Rosehill Gardens that you'd think that spring had already arrived. Actually, it's only a fortnight away. And when spring is in the air, a young man's fancy turns to horse racing. And boy, oh boy, have we got some horse racing on the wide world of sports for you this afternoon. First of all, here in Sydney, we've got some class acts running in the Premier Stakes. We've got Moss Rocket, one of the best sprinters in Australia, Catalan Opening, the up-and-comer from the Bart Cummings stable, and that brilliant filly from the Gold Coast, Peruzzi. I'm going to tip Bart Cummings' Catalan Opening. I think he's perfectly placed. He'll sit just off the speed, and when Darren Beedman releases the brakes, off he'll go. That's the way I hope it'll turn out. Down in Melbourne today, we've got the Group 1 Manikato Stakes. We've got a little netty called Octagonal running. The man who's in love with him and who's going to tell us all about him is Simon O'Donnell. Here he is.
Thanks very much, Ken, and what a great day it is down here at Moonee Valley for the comeback of Octagonal for the spring. It's Manikato Stakes Day, over 1,200 metres, a Group 1 event, and I think Octagonal can win it. Make it 5 Group 1s in a row. The second feature on the day is the Strathair handicap. It's race 7. I like number 10 out of the Johnny Marr stable, Super Express. I think he's had his hoof on the till the last couple and has a good chance of winning today. There's going to be plenty of action from Moonee Valley. Octagonal's the one to watch. I look forward to speaking to you a bit later.
Simon O'Donnell, its biggest fan. Ahead on the show, the big chillers, those crazy splashdown in the Jump for Cash.
Favourite 220 and 130. Openers as they move in at Moonee Valley. Openers race number 5 at Adelaide. We don't have them. Let's go back to Chris.
Number 3, Special Prince, trained by Wayne Davey at Maruya, ridden by Paul Rowe. Now the margins coming up, a half neck the winner scored by. A half neck, there was 4 lengths between second and third, so the front two really sprinted that final 200 to get away. A half neck by 4 lengths, 1:39.06 was the time.
8 Top Jewel at 17.50, 9 Asian Night at 59s, number 10 Bold Zap at 30s, getting set Moonee Valley, 11 Identical opens 10.10, 12 Halade 15s, 13 Nay Valley 17s, 14 is Noble Mate 33s, 15's Prince of Penga 73s, 16 Twelican Star, number 1's the favourite Dusty Poet at 380. Let's go to Melbourne.
Racing. Came away in a pretty good line, dropping back is Cheviot after the start. One of the first out here on the inside, Ballroom Babe. Oh, the New Zealand mare came out running, landed 2 lengths in front of Street Talk. You remember pushing forward. Del Sol is 4th now from Sicalo. Then Furama Knight's Poetic King, Sir Boom for the back in the race then. Another chance, Bouverie Mist. On the outside, Temperate Pug. Octagonal's gone back to second last. Cheviot back inside it. And last of all is Auntie Mary around the turn at the 800. They're not going real hard now. And the leader on the inside, Ballroom Babe, you remember's outside at 2 to Street Talk. Sequale 3 deep on the fence. Del Sol from Bouverie Mist. Then Temperate Pug further back, Furama Knights. Octagonal comes to the outside, 6 lengths off them from Sir Boom. Then another chance from Cheviot. Last of all, Auntie Mary at the 450 Gouch. She's riding the champ hard before the turn. You remember took over. Sequale coming at him from Poetic King. Then Temperate Pug right behind them, Furama Knights, and pulled out deep. Octagonal still 5 lengths off them. Around the turn, Sequale, you remember. Poetic King comes at them quickly. 4 lengths further back, Sir Boom. Octagonal can't get up from there. Poetic King and Sequalo with 100 to go from You Remember. Poetic King got it set in front. Fighting back, You Remember. Poetic King. Poetic King a half head on the line to either You Remember or Sequalo. 2 lengths for the back, Sir Boom. With it would have been Furama Knights. Octagonal didn't come on. Followed by Del Sol, Street Talk. Then another chance followed by Cheviot. Auntie Mary, Temperate Pug, Bouverie Mist. And last of all is Ballroom Babe.
3 Poetic King, 1040 and 290. 2 You Remember, 250, and 1 Sequalo, 270.
3 You Poetic King will pay 10.70. The winner, 3 of in the place. 2 You Remember, a fought on like a cage line at 240, and 1 Sequalo at 290. Well, correct weight Queanbeyan, and thank you, Chris, down the line. Correct weight Queanbeyan. Sub race 5 at Sydney is 1 Dayton. Race 4 at Adelaide, it was 6, 7 and 4. 6 the winner, Polite Society. 580 the win, 220 the place. 7 Fantasy Fable, second at $4.80. And number 4, Third Co-Partners at 180. Quinella 63.20. Trifecta $552.70. That's race 4 at Adelaide. Scratchings were 1, 15 and 17. And the 4th there at Adelaide. Let's go to Melbourne.
3. With a gear change on this horse today, racing without his blinkers. He's had the 2 runs back from late to January. Number 2 has got second. You Remember on the inside, and Sequalo has got third. Number 1, 3, 2 and 1.
Race 6, Rover opens at 7.90, 2 into right.
Okay, there. Correct weight, Queanbeyan. Thanks a lot, Chris.